So, I'm not going to teach you any new thing.
Okay. You're just going to teach us concept today?
Yeah, concept and same program, whatever you have. Last time code refactoring we have done for this one,
Login.
The login.
login MVC. Yeah,
Yeah.
same project. I am going to convert into Spring Boot. That's it. No other difference. I need your
Okay.
help.
Okay.
So, guys, if you remember, when you want to make a Spring Boot, normal project, there is certain process. If you talk about it, you have to create, web project,
Mm-hmm.
and then you
Mm-hmm.
have to add dependency.
Yes, sir.
After it, you have to model view controller. Then you have to create a front controller.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You have to create a web binder folder, and you have
Web
to create
XML.
this web.xml
Yeah.
file,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to create this servlet file where you have to configure your view resolver. You have to do the mapping for a static resource
Mm-hmm.
and scan the package and enable Spring MVC annotation. And in this, you have to configure your front controller, that is dispatcher servlet.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, you were spending your time in configuring the services, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You are configuring view resolver, then scanning the package, enabling the Spring MVC annotation, configuring, oh, so we are doing boring job, right? All those things.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you should bother about the dependency also. You should enter proper dependency, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise your program will not up and running.
Mm.
So these are some problems, right? Which we are necessarily doing, right? So another thing is if you want to persist your data, we are writing JDBC and all, right? But last
Yeah.
time you have learned, we have another option, Spring, Hibernate, which can
Hibernate.
persist your data directly in
Oh, okay.
database. No need to write, any queries and all.
Right.
Oh, who's going to do this job for us? Interesting. This job will be done by Spring Boot.
Okay.
Nice. What is Spring Boot is? Spring Boot is nothing. It's just framework on top of Spring.
Okay.
It is a framework on top of Spring which makes your job easy. Automatically, it configure whatever services you need. So you should not bother about service creation and all. You should just focus on your business logic. So let's
So we
see
don't
some
have to worry
benefits.
about like XML or things like that.
Exactly. I hate it. A configuration, no configuration at all. Who will do it? It
Spring
will be
Boot.
Spring
done
Boot.
by
Spring
Spring
Boot.
Boot.
Yeah.
So normally, I do not come with the slide. You know it, right? Today I have because in a hurry.
Okay.
So let's see. One, two, three, four. Dependency management. Dependency management means if you here normally when you create a project, you need to add many jars: Spring Core, Spring Bean, Spring Context, Spring Web MVC, right?
Yes.
But
Right.
here you need to add just one jar. Automatically, it will download all the jar. Magic. So we should not bother about jar and its version.
Okay.
It reduced a lot of development time and increased productivity because you are not going to create web binder folder, web.xml file, other hyphen solid.xml file. You are not going to do all those things. In
Mm-hmm.
that way, it will reduce the development effort.
Okay.
Avoid writing XML file. Don't write XML file and all because it will be done by the Java code only. Oh, cool. Fourth, when you develop a project, you always go to the internet and download Tomcat. Is it right? You do always.
Right. We already have it installed, but yeah.
True.
Yeah, but in Spring Boot already has embedded Tomcat. Nice. So
Okay.
we are not going to install Tomcat. We are not going to configure it because it comes automatically out of the box with Spring
Okay.
Boot.
Okay.
It provides CLI command line interface tool to develop. So using terminal, you can make a jar, you can make a war, you can run your project, you can stop your project. No, you no need to. You don't need Eclipse at all. Is
Is that what you use to put your stuff on GitHub, the command line?
GitHub is basically used to manage the source code and all.
Right.
Version control.
Version control tool.
Okay.
Fifth, it allows opinionated default configurations.
What does
If
that
you
mean?
add if you add some jar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As per the jar, automatically it will by default it will create a service for you. That is the meaning of opinionated default configuration. It is understood actually.
Okay.
So I- my mouse is. And what about point number 7?
Wait, no, I still don't understand 5. So what does that mean? It has a default opinionated configuration,
Actually, when you add a jar,
right?
automatically it will configure the service as per the jar. Suppose you are adding jar of Hibernate, it will create a
Mm-hmm.
session factory and all automatically.
Okay, so it'll write those things for you.
Yeah, automatically
Okay.
of opinionated default configuration.
Okay.
And point number 7, I think is missing here. No, it's quite a lot of plugin to develop and test Spring Boot. Oh my God. Plugin is the utility. If you add it, automatically it will create whatever you want, right? So I will show you
Mm-hmm.
some plugin example. Like you can add a plugin of JaxB, which can create Pojo classes from XSD. You can, you can, add Visdel plugin. So we'll talk about it. I'll show the examples. What is the meaning of plugin? You can think right now, it is the utility which will do certain thing for you automatically. So I provide a lot of utility classes, yeah, utility plugins. Point number 7. And point number 8, which is at the it provides a lot of plugin to work with embedded and in-memory database very easily. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I will tell you what is in-memory database, right? In-memory database is a database which comes in the jar, no need to install it. Nowadays, now if you want to use MySQL, you need to install MySQL Server. If you want to use Oracle, you have to install Oracle. Similarly, DB2, PostgreSQL. But it contains some in-memory database also. In-memory database, you want some certain if you want a small database, you can make it up and running without
Small
installing.
database.
Yeah.
Okay.
9, it also helps you write the test cases. JUnit is one of the fantastic thing which I already explained you. We'll talk about it. Clear?
Okay. Okay.
And point number 4, I think forget it. Like it is easy to integrate. Line number 10, and where is 9? 10. It is
9,
easy
10
to
is a
integrate.
integrate.
It is easy to integrate with other popular technology like Apache Kafka, Redis Server, DynamoDB. So Spring Boot provide you a lot of integration
Plugin.
support.
Mm-hmm.
Integration support which you can easily integrate with because it provides default code for that. That's all. Got it?
Yep.
So Spring Boot is nothing. Whatever you are doing, if you use the Spring Boot, it will make your job easy, right?
Okay.
So as I told you, I'm not going to do new thing. I'm just going to convert this project in Spring Boot. Please allow me.
Okay.
If you want to make Spring Boot projects, you need to follow the same approach which we did earlier. Allow me. Recording is there. I'm going to do that. How many people are 15 people? Initially 12. 3 people join in between. It's okay. I'm going to make a project. Allow me.
Mm-hmm.
I want when you come tomorrow for the session, you can say again whatever you taught me yesterday. I know that much.
Okay.
Really? Yeah,
Okay.
really. So you know how to make a project? Yep,
The
web project.
other Maven
Maven.
project.
Maven.
So we know that
Maven
much. No
project.
need to
Yeah.
Yep.
tell.
Next, skip.
Other people, you can also come and speak because Spring Boot.
Input.
And here I'm making Spring Boot login.
Login.
That's
Yeah.
it. And
Mm.
here you can make jar if you don't
Or
want to use
WAR.
JSP.
War. Yeah.
Because in Spring Boot, you can make jar and war both. Jar when you don't want to use JSP, war if you want to use JSP.
Okay.
Okay.
Finish. After it, earlier you may be adding a lot of dependency, right? But today you will
Yeah.
see minimum dependency. You can go to the pom.xml file first.
Mm-hmm.
Here you have the Spring Boot dependency.
Right.
I'm going to refer some code which I already have. Yeah. So here I'm going to the POM and
Properties, dependencies.
but this is not Spring Boot project. This one is Spring Boot project. See, sir, for Spring Boot, you have to add first of all parent dependency.
Okay.
So I'm going to add the parent dependency. I'm going to use Spring Boot 2.2.2. This is the
Okay.
parent dependency. It will automatically download whatever jar is required to start with Spring Boot.
Okay.
After that, you have to mention,
Property.
uh, you need to mention property Java 8 I'm using. This you are saying I'm not going to use deployment descriptor,
Mm.
and you are going to use JUnit and all. Fine. That is
Mm-hmm.
fine, Mr. Hero. You can delete this if you don't want to use JUnit. Fine, which
Okay.
I'm not. It's fine. So only what is important?
Parent.
This one. Cool?
Okay.
Yes, it's cool. Java version you can use.
You're deleting the fail on XML one?
This you can keep it because I'm not going to use deployment descriptor.
Yeah.
Okay.
After it, here you can use Spring Boot Starter Web. This dependency.
Mm-hmm.
Here I'm going to add only one dependency, and this is for JSTL. You know it, right?
Yeah.
And this is for MySQL connector.
Right.
And oh, too cool. I'm going to add a minimal first. Allow me.
Okay.
I'm going to add only this much. I'll explain to you. Tension. This dependency is enough to start with the Spring Boot project. Hmm. But you see, this is enough. If I save it, you can see how many dependency it is download. This is the parent one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Need it. And I'm just adding this Spring Boot starter web, and you see the magic. Oh, you see,
Yeah, a lot.
a lot. Everything came, right? But I think this is enough. We have okay. And next, you can use MySQL connector.
MySQL, yeah.
Like if you want to use JSP, this is if you do some change, your code will be restart, or a server will be restart for that purpose. No? What purpose? If you do some code change, your server will be restart.
Okay.
And this is if you want to use JSP.
Yeah, the
Can you
JSTL
follow me?
query, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
JSTL and all, then
Yeah.
MySQL connector. Enough. Oh, way less dependency. Done. Hello.
All right.
It's done. Now what you need to do? What you need to do? You have to put your JSP as it is. Allow me. So I
Right.
can create what folder?
Web
Web
INF.
INF.
NF.
Web INF.
But we
Yeah.
don't need any XML and all as we discuss. Really? Yeah, really, we don't need it. Where is my? I'm going to copy my JSPs only. Hey, what about XML file? You say what about XML file? We don't need it.
Okay.
I don't need XML file. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm not copying it. What about the other file? Other file you can copy as it is. Really? Really?
Okay.
Oh my God, it's really too cool. Like I want to copy my all the source code of it. Allow me.
Okay.
How to copy? You know it. I want to copy my all the source code from all the Java file from previous project to this project. What do you need to do? Copy SRC
Okay.
And then
and
paste it.
go and replace with the new project. And where I reach.
It's on
Yeah, no problem, no problem. I can do that.
workspace
I'm,
July
I'm
batch.
going to which folder? Here
Uh,
I'm replacing SRC.
yep.
Oh, you got my speed the way I
Mm-hmm.
do?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I copy pages and replace everything. Get you? Yep.
Nice. Yeah.
Crying. Lombard. I need to add dependency of Lombard. Allow me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Allowed. What I'm going to do, man, I'm going to copy my Lombard.
Right.
Hey, you got confused? No, I just created a
No.
new
No.
project. Cool.
Added Spring Boot
Lombard.
and then
If you
copy
don't
and
have
paste.
Lombard, we may use their own shell.
Fine. After that, you can go to man and update. Please mute yourself. Force and update, release. Confused? No, at all.
Nope.
Not confused. That's done. But what changes I have done in that project and this project? In this project,
Nothing much.
Only dependencies.
Yep.
only who copied this login? I did it? No,
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to, right? This is mistake.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't need this servlet file. We don't need deployment descriptor, right?
Okay.
We don't need. Really? Yeah. Who will do this for you? Spring
Spring
Boot
Boot.
automatically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but you have to create one important file. This is called heart of the Spring Boot. File
Okay.
name is called application.properties file. Location and file name is fixed. You can't change it.
Okay. It's on
Application
resources.
properties, yeah. Or you can write application.yaml file. Properties and YAML is the extension. Like here, whatever you have done in this XML file, what you did, prefix and suffix, right? That you have to
Right.
define inside application.property file.
Okay.
Make sense to
View
you?
resolver is needed, right? View
Ah,
resolver.
yeah, because view resolver, you need to know which is prefix and suffix.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So what you can do, you can mention the view resolver. Where you have to mention? In the
Inside the
property
application
file.
properties.
In the property file. You need to, this is important, man. View resolver is prefix, suffix, done. And you want to run your application on which port number? 444.
344. Okay.
Tomcat, we don't need Tomcat. Tomcat is already embedded in my application.
Okay.
So in order to convert in Spring Boot, whatever I have done, I hope I'm making myself clear. Hello?
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
clear
Say,
till
say
now. Yeah.
yes, say yes, say yes.
Yeah.
And you have to create a one XML file or a one Java file which is extra in Spring Boot. And this file location is important. It must be present in the parent package. So I'm
Okay.
just going to keep it in my com.web, and file name could be anything. I'm just writing cubic
Okay.
magic cubic magic starter spring magic boot starter. Hello, you got it? Easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is the main file because we do you have to start with main in Spring Boot always. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? And created with notation that is called uh, application,
Okay.
not application, I forget it. Spring Boot,
Application.
yeah, Spring Boot application. And here you have to write Spring application dot, this is fixed for run, and here you can pass the same class name dot
Okay.
class. And this must be annotated with this. This is the starting point of your application. In this, you are not going to right click on run and on server. No, no, no. You can run it as a standalone application. First annotation is Spring Boot application and then Spring application. Spring Boot application annotation is mandatory to put on it. Oh, done. Oh
Mm-hmm.
man, no
That's it.
XML file, no class scan, no enabling annotation. Everything is done. Only you have configured prefix and suffix over here. That's it. And this is the port number on which you want to run. If you want to run on Tomcat 8080, don't give it. Oh, really? Hey,
Wait.
done.
Could you explain the port? Why'd you change to 444 instead
It's
of
not,
the?
it's not required, man. I just want to show you, you can change it. Otherwise, if you don't write it, it will take 8080 by default.
Okay.
We need to define the images folder. Do we need to define it?
No need to do it. It's already exposed. Earlier you were defined, right?
Yeah.
But the Spring Boot, don't do a Spring Boot, but very smart. Automatically it will take care of it. Got it? Can I run it now?
Sure.
Right here in Spring Boot, we need a Spring Boot starter file, a class file which should be annotated with Spring Boot application and public static void main. And here you should write Spring application, and here you should pass the same class name which you have. This, run it. Magic, yes, run not on server man.
Mhm.
Java application. Where is the Tomcat? Embedded in the project.
Right.
So here you see the magic. Hello. Started
Mm-hmm.
on port number 444. You want to run it? Yes. You have to just write localhost
Localhost
and
slash
only
444.
port number. No need to write the project name. If you want, you can configure the project name also. You want to configure it? Show all. Oh, how much time it takes to convert my project into a Spring Boot project?
Not long.
5-10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
And even it will not take 10 minutes because I was explaining to you.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So
how-
Naganda, if we don't use the port 444 number, if we have the Tomcat, it's automatically run. We don't have to write on the host.
I'm just commenting it and stop it. It will take by default 8080. And Tomcat, you haven't installed it. I'm telling you again and again. Tomcat is already embedded in this project.
Okay.
So when you are using Spring Boot, do you need to install Tomcat at your computer? No, at all.
No, it comes with it.
Yeah.
Now it is starting on port number 8080
That's the
because you
default.
haven't configured it. If
Right.
you want to give some application name, you can give it also. What I'm saying? Like here, I'm not giving application name. If you want to give the application name context path, you can define it. In Spring Boot, if you want to search anything, you just follow my technique, right? Spring Boot,
Mm-hmm.
context path. You just Google it and you will get a lot of knowledge base on the internet. You got a point? He's
Mm-hmm.
saying if you want to configure the Spring Boot context path, you can do with this line also. You can export it. You can do from command line. You can write in Java code. Oh my God, many ways, right? Or you can say it in the property file also. So which approach you want to use?
I mean, we already have a property file, so
Somebody saying we have already property file. Then
Yeah,
why you are
right.
not reaching?
Yeah.
So in Spring, no, this work for Spring Boot. So you see, nobody can say I'm doing Googling. Okay, you can also Google it because everything is on there. You should know how to copy paste.
Hmm.
Oh, what context path? What path you want to give? I want to give the path, application context path, like Google, right? Yep. So I'm going to run it. So now you need to give the context path. Something wrong. Give me a second.
I think you copied the wrong thing because the application properties was at the bottom. Server.servlet pat. You need to have a slash, I think. You need to have a slash before the
For for 1.x.
at the bottom. It gives you
No,
the
no, no, no,
example.
no,
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 it's
no.
for
I'm sorry.
Spring
No?
I'm
Boot
sorry.
1, I
I'm
guess.
sorry. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's the one. Yeah, you
I
need to
did
have a
mistake.
slash. Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to have a slash
My God. Is it?
on
We have to do like
application.
this. No, no, I did mistake. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you just need to
Sorry.
have slash. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. It's saying you forget it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Really? Now, when you run it, you have to give the Google as your context path. You see, it's really easy, right?
Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So here you have to write now Google, otherwise it will not work.
And you do 8080.
You have to also type Haiti because we deleted from
Yeah.
there.
Hmm.
Done. Cool. Yes, it's cool.
Okay.
We did it. Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
I hope everything is cool to you.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Done, sir. I'm able to convert my whole project into Spring Boot. Done. It's just 10 minutes job.
Right.
So let me recap it very quickly.
Okay.
If you want to create Spring Boot project for your projects, we have couple of benefit. Already I listed 10 benefit in the slide. Please go and read it and come
Okay.
back and discuss with me tomorrow.
Okay.
After it, I created a Spring Web project. Sorry, Spring Web project because I am going to use JSP. After that, I had just added dependency of Spring Boot. First dependency which was important was parent dependency, and we
Right.
are using Spring 2.2.2. After it, I am using this for web project support. This I am using. If you do some code change, automatically your server should be restart. And this JSP file, JSTL, I'm using to use JSPs. If you don't want to use JSP, we don't need it. Oh, can I use some other technology instead of JSP for presentation layer? Yes, we can use Timeleaf, Velocity, etc. This is MySQL connector. This is Lombard. You know Lombard. What is Lombard? Lombard is a library framework
Okay.
which works at compile time and
Automatically gets you getters and
getter,
Like
setters.
setter,
a header and
generator
toString.
equals.
Yeah.
And here I'm using Spring JDBC, right? Cool, done.
Yeah.
And after that, we created a file that called property file where we can configure the view resolver and context path, port number, email configuration, SSL configuration, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Any configuration if you want to do, you have to do in application or property file.
Okay.
And last but not least, you can create this file. This file is the Spring Boot starter file, and this file name could be anything, but it must be present in the package, which is the parent of all the packages.
Parent
Please
package.
remember it.
Yeah.
If you don't create a in parent package, you have to do little bit component scan over here. After it, you have to annotate this class with the notation Spring Boot
Spring Boot
application
application.
and a public static void main, and you need to put this line
Run.
Spring application dot run, and
Run.
here don't forget to pass the same name, because if you do any mistake over here, your program will not run. And this is the same parameter which you have, you need to pass as it is. Done. Next, which I'm going to teach you is, I'm going to teach you in this. Right now, your program is going to save your data with Spring JDBC programming. Remember, Mister?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Spring JDBC.
Data source
Today,
config.
I want to show you the magic. Magic? Yeah. I'm going to use Hibernate on this.
Okay.
What?
You can use
Hibernate.
Hibernate on this.
And if you want to use Hibernate, I'm telling you, when Daksh was doing programming, he was making Hibernate or cfg.xml file, blah, 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 blah. Don't do that. Spring Boot automatically will do everything for you. Is it? Is
Okay.
it?
Okay.
So what you have to do, you have to just do minimal thing, right? First thing, if you want to use Spring, if you want to use Hibernate, you have to basically use JPA also. JPA Hibernate. I will tell you about JPA tomorrow. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
So here, if you want to integrate Spring, what glue we need in between? We need a glue between Spring and Hibernate. That is called JPA. JPA.
Okay.
Fine. So if you want to use Hibernate with JPA Spring, you have to add a jar. You have to add a jar. Yeah. What jar is? That jar is called Spring Data JPA. Allow me. I'm going to add the jar. Spring Boot. When you add the jar, automatically it will download Hibernate and everything for you. Is it?
Okay.
Is it?
Okay.
I need to make this dependency kick out. Why? I
JPA.
don't want to use Spring JDBC.
Right. You
No,
want to use
I don't
Spring
want to
J.
use. So when you add this jar automatically download Spring Data JPA Hibernate. Oh, that's big thing. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And if you add the jar why I'm using, because I don't like Spring JDBC. Spring JDBC says I'm very cool programming, but problem is you have to write your query yourself, native query.
Mm-hmm.
Spring Data JPA says internally I'm using Hibernate. So you know Hibernate what does. Yep, we have learned in Hibernate. Hibernate is an ORM tool which can directly map your Java object into database table and vice versa.
Right.
Hibernate makes your application database independent. It allows to write dynamic query, one to one, one to many, many to many, unidirectional, bidirectional relationship, transaction management, connection management, right?
Right.
Caching, first level, second level caching,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Many more features. Oh,
Right.
that's cool.
Hmm.
So I'm just commenting it, just adding this. Cool. If you want to use Hibernate, you have to do certain setting. If you remember in hibernate.chg.xml
Session
file,
factory. Yeah.
whatever configuration you do in hibernate.chg.xml file, hey, I don't know other people, you are following me or not. Today I'm just moving with just double speed. No,
Mm-hmm.
my speed may be, I may be faster, but you know the thing, right? Yep.
Mhm.
So what I need to do here, you have to do configuration for, you know, same Hibernate configuration, and
Yes.
it is just copy paste. Don't try to mug it. Don't try to remember it.
Okay.
Oh, what this is? Explain to me.
That's just
So
connecting to your database.
here you
Hibernate
mention
config.file.
here you mention the database. So which database? I'm going to use the same database which I was using earlier. My
For
database
login,
name.
it's different.
Yeah.
I'm going to use it here.
It's
My database name is
Cubic Tech
DB. So
DB.
Yeah.
no exception today. Really? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to mention the same thing here. This one. Username, password same, and this is dialect. Dialect is responsible for generating the query as per the database.
Right.
Update means if table is not there, it will create it. True means
Mm-hmm.
when you when query is created, just display it on the console for reading purpose.
Right.
And this is used to just make your SQL code which is printing on the console beautiful.
Okay.
Any question query? No.
No.
So benefit is if you configure it automatically, Spring Boot will create what? Session factory, everything it will. Oh,
Factory.
is
Yes,
it?
sir.
Yeah. So now we are not going to use this data source anymore, right? So let's comment it. Why, man? Because I'm not going to
Spring
use
Boot.
JDBC. Spring Boot will
Okay.
take care automatically. Spring Boot
Yeah.
says you don't do anything. Just add the property and sit idle. So if you want to use Hibernate, you know what you need to do?
You
Here
need
you have to use annotation.
Entity,
add
entity
entity,
table name.
Table
add table
name is
name equals
Yeah.
cube. I'm not
I
even
don't
sure what it
know.
is.
I'm going to do that.
Login.
Hey, you know what I'm doing, other people?
Yeah.
Earlier you were doing JDBC
Yes, sir.
programming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now use Hibernate. So you map the table. I'm going
Mhm.
to. Your table name is
User
this one,
profile table.
and this should be primary key.
From
The ID
ID,
Right.
generated
ID.
value,
Auto
strategy,
generated binary.
strategy.
strategy
Yeah.
equals to identity.
Yeah.
And Other thing, don't map it.
Column.
Automatically
Yeah.
it will map it. If you want, you can use column. Otherwise, it will take by default column. I
Yeah.
told you length equals to
Length equals to
255.
yeah. Hmm.
So don't give it. I'm not. My job is done. It is too simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
After that, Spring Data JPA says, hate with this. What it says? It's saying don't use this file. Why? Because I'm going to use Spring
Hibernate.
Data JPA Hibernate. So allow me, Hibernate Spring Data JPA says create a interface, only interface. Oh man, Spring Data JPA says don't write any JDBC programming. Is it? Yeah. So you have to just do sign up, DAO repository. Hello everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Spring Data JPA says make a repository class,
Mm-hmm.
and this interface must extend other interface that is called JPA repository, right?
Okay.
And this JPA repository is going to work for which entity? Sign up entity.
Sign up entity. Yeah.
Right.
So here you mention the entity name,
Okay.
sign up entity, and here you have to mention the primary key. Type, it is integer, right? Done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool. This code is fixed. Oh my God, now you can see the magic of it. Magic? Yes, magic. Magic is this repository has many methods inbuilt inside it. Are you following me?
Yep.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. So what you need to do? Sir, come with me. Come with me. Here, you know the whole journey. Now, I don't need this DAO. What do you say? I
You don't
don't
need
need this
The
DAO.
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 We don't need. So, but how you can do the operation? Go to the service layer, and in service layer, instead of auto wiring DAO, we should auto wire which thing now? Repository.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. In DAO, in service layer, what you have to auto wire, man?
The repository.
You can auto wire this repository. Hello,
Mm-hmm.
are you with me?
Yeah.
What is the benefit of auto wiring? It will do magic, and you cannot imagine it. Comment is gone. Nah? What you have? Repository. Hey, you want to update it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you want to update it in repository, already method is there. You have to just write save, and you can pass this entity. Dutch. You see, shortcut.
Yes. Yes, sir.
We don't need this. Oh, really? It's cool. Yeah,
Oh wow, that's cool. That's nice.
done. And
That's
similarly, you have to do here also. The repository is a magic. In this already we have everything ready made. Is it? Yeah. You see, it's gone,
yeah.
right?
Okay.
Does it automatically save and update for you?
Yeah, yeah. But one thing, I did one mistake. Give me a second. Actually, you have to do the conversion. This we need. We have to do conversion, right? Because it takes entity. Agree?
Mm-hmm.
It takes entity. So your entity you have to do. Wait a second. I think I did mistake. Let me check it. Here we should have entity class. Nah? Hey, you know,
Oh, that's the entity class. Yeah.
I mistake I did. Which class?
Sign up
Entity.
Entity class. Because entity class can be only work with the repository. Now let's come to the service. So what you have to save over here? Here you have to save the entity. That's correct, right? But use repository. Make sense?
Okay. Sign up entity.
But I will show you the beauty of it, right? Done. Like you want to delete it by username? Hello?
You can say
You
Sign
want
up
to
your repository.
delete. I'm telling you, you can say repository.
Hmm.
Like in this, we don't have this kind of method. In repository is the interface, right? We don't have any method like this, okay?
Yeah.
Inbuilt, I know for delete by username, we don't have a method, but you can write your own query, right? I'll show you how. Similarly, you have to write query by username. Let me show you. Like here in JPA repository, some method is not there. So here we have a convention. You can write a method, public, and you want to find sign up entity. Hello? And it can return optional. Optional means data may be there, may not. I'm writing my custom query, okay? Hello? So what you want to do? Find convention, find by. And you can use the attribute name. I want to find data by
username.
username. So you can use this convention, find by U capital. and user. You got the funda where you have to just write declaration.
Mm-hmm.
What I did,
You wrote
you
a
have to
declaration
you can write the declaration find by username by convention. So what you can do now?
on there.
Here,
You can just call find by username.
yeah, here you can call what?
It's delete by username or find by username right
Find
there.
by username already you have given. So it
Mm-hmm.
will return optional. If it is optional, you can use dot get method. Dot get means it will give you the data. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Done, right? Similarly, you want to do for delete, so you have to write a delete query. So let me write delete query with Spring Data JPA. Delete query Spring Data JPA. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Delete query with Spring Data JPA. Let me show you. Give me a second. Delete by title. Oh, wow. We have a method already, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Delete
let's go.
by.
Daksh, are you following me?
Yeah,
Then you
yeah.
can write a method by convention and magic will happen. I want to do delete by
Username.
username.
Yeah.
It's done.
String username. Yep.
Hmm.
Oh, is it? I'm not writing query at all. Yep. Now you can say delete by
Username.
username. Done. See, here you want to find all the data. We have already method. Like earlier you write the code, remember? Here
Mm-hmm.
we have a method already. Find all.
Find all.
Already it
Yeah.
is. Oh,
Yeah.
who is giving it? Spring Data
Repository.
JPA. You see?
Right.
Spring Data already define every method. Oh my God, today first time you are saying you are not doing anything in DAO layer. Nothing. Your DAO layer is only having method declaration. Yes or no? It is DAO less. Hmm. Now last. I don't know we have any method which can return the map. I have doubt, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically what you want to do is you want to return all the field as a key value pair.
Right.
So here you can write a method find by username and password. No, find by what?
Username,
Username,
password.
password.
Let me do that. Find by username and password.
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 Yeah,
String username, string password.
password.
Hmm.
So it will return optional entity. That's it. You can mention find by U capital and P capital. So here you can call find by
Username, password.
find by username and password. Hey, you see programming? Yep, it's become cool. So here it will return
Maps.
no, not map. It will return sign up entity. Are you with me? Hello. But it will return sign up entity. You have to convert all your data into
Map.
hashed map.
Map.
Yeah, yourself. Yeah, map may be there. I don't know. I need to look into it. Okay. But I don't think map is there. No, map is not there. So what you can do is, by here you can here it this is returning optional. I don't know you know it or not. Optional. I taught you. Optional means data might come, might not. You are not sure. So I am going to use
Signed
sign
up entity.
optional, right? And here you can use condition. Why is giving error? A sign up entity. Sorry. So what you can do, man? If is present, right?
Mm-hmm.
Else you can return the blank map. Make sense? Hmm. Hello.
Right.
Here you can say get optional dot. Already I have done in your 6 sessions. Okay. Done. Now what you can do? You can put all the data into map, but you have to do it manually. Maps dot put. What key value?
Username, password.
You can do it. Username. You see the programming, man? We are not writing query at all. We are not querying at all, right? What is the other thing? Get email. Next,
Password
Answer.
password, name,
Name.
gender.
Gender. Email.
enroll.
Name,
Yeah. Name. Email. Photo.
mobile,
Roll. No, I think it was roll. Roll. ROLE.
hey, you got the funda? It's making your job easy, man. Nah, you see the programming? Hey, today what I'm going to kick out? Any guess? I'm going
Controller.
to kick out my no. Controller will be there, man. Nobody can kick out. I'm going to
Yeah.
kick out the JDBC programming.
Okay.
Shall I? Yes.
Okay.
Both the file I'm going to comment it. I'm not deleting it because you can refer it.
Mm-hmm.
You see the my style? Oh, it's gone. Today it is DAO-less. We have only repository. See?
Okay.
This code is now code become more compact. Allow me, can I run it?
Yeah.
Sure.
So I can give a quick summary in order to move my DAO layer out. I'm using a Spring Data JPA, and for that, what I did, I'm going to show you. Hey, Daksh, you
Yes,
see
sir.
everything is working.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah.
You run
Local.
here.
Yeah. Google.
What's happening? No, it's coming.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Delete it.
Hmm.
Delete is not cannot process remove call. Something is wrong. Let me check it. Delete sign up. Sometime internet is. They are saying it's not running in transaction. Like here you can read the error. Transaction required X no entity manager. No, it's saying transaction issue. In order to fix it, you can put this annotation where you perform DML operation, right? Put this annotation on top. Which annotation?
At
Transaction.
transaction.
A
And
transaction.
you should import it from Spring framework. Guys, you remember it. Like it is restarted
Transaction.
because I have added one jar.
Okay.
Let's try. Ping, है ना?
Yeah.
But you should remember, transactional issue was coming. In order to do that, we have to put this annotation over there. Otherwise, DML operation will not take place. DML means delete, edit,
Data
update.
manipulation.
Hmm?
Yeah.
So let
Mm-hmm.
me make a summary. In order to, I have only 5 minutes. I have to jump to the meeting, other meeting. So what I have done for Spring Data JPA today, tomorrow I'll give you the lecture on it. Lecture on
JPA.
Spring Data JPA.
Okay.
So only I would say in order to use Spring Data JPA, what we did. Spring Data JPA, what does? It
It
allow your
connects
program to integrate
Hibernate
the
and Spring Boot.
Hibernate.
Hibernate Spring.
Yeah, Spring Boot. That's it.
Spring
That's
Boot.
okay.
Hmm.
The first thing which we did is added dependency in the POM.
Dependencies. Yeah. Then
This one.
created the properties file.
Then after that, I updated the property file.
Yeah.
Property file name is application the property file. So we
Mhm.
just added this much entries.
Yeah.
Second step.
Then you
Third step,
created the interface.
exactly. Third step which we did is created the interface.
Interface.
Interface name is
JPA
this one.
repository.
That's it. After that, after creating repository, you know, we have done nothing. In we auto add in DAO layer, a service layer, and done. What I did, step number 1, step number 2, step number 3. Then I jump to step number 4.
Yeah.
What man?
Then we replace it with sign up
Go
keynote.
go service layer, right? And here
Right.
you can auto add this and put a notation. You have to just mug this.
A transactional. Yeah.
Oh, it's really right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I told you, if you know Spring, you can learn Spring Boot. I said in 2 days.
Hmm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I will take 2 more sessions to teach this much.
Okay.
And after that, I will say thank you. But you know, you see, oh, it's in Spring Boot. I'm going to utilize Spring as it is. Yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mr. Same project, but only difference is your project is Spring
And
Boot
Spring
only.
Boot.
Spring Boot, Hibernate.
But here, you know, if you somebody says, I want to integrate Hibernate in my Spring Boot, do you think it's tough?
No.
You say no,
No.
no at all. I forget one step. I think you don't remember. Annotate your you know, entity with annotation. I haven't mentioned it. Hmm? How you can forget it? Yes or no?
Right. Right.
Total
Oh
we
yeah.
have
Yeah.
5 steps. I don't know. My session was too fast. I know that today, but please go and watch my recording 3 times at least. Fine. And this
Okay.
code is a familiar with it. It is up and running. Only difference is in this we have Hibernate. Fine.
Sure. Sure.
I'm going to send this code on chat because I'm in hurry. Let me give you and